I'm going to talk about a couple different things today, but first thing we're going to start off with is the halfway NBA MVP race. Because All-Star Weekend, I believe, this next coming weekend, if I'm correct. And the three candidates they have right now is James Harden, Giannis the Greek Freak, and Paul George. And I believe there should be a fourth candidate being talked about as well as Joel Embiid. I think he's well enough to deserve to be talked about because he's having a really good year as well. I mean, he's having a better year than he had last year, and nobody's talking about it. But I think the leader right now, I think it should be going Paul George, James Harden, Giannis, and then Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid, if the Sixers end up finishing really good this year, and it's because of him, not Ben Simmons or them together, he has a really good chance of being talked about to go up for that award as well. But I think at the end of the season, it will probably be James Harden for the simple fact that he dominates regular season. Postseason, it's a different story. But regular season-wise, I don't see the reason why he doesn't end up getting it by the end of the year. But a player I would really like to see get it would be Paul George. I think if there is a year for him to win the MVP, this year is his year. Because he's not going to have too many more moments where he's going to have the opportunity to do this. Especially being in the West, and if LeBron stays in the West, it's not going to be easy. And on top of that, you got Steph and KD on Golden State Warriors as well in the West. And that Western Conference is just stacked right now. It's nothing compared to East right now, and that's why it's going to be really hard for an East player like Giannis or Joel Embiid, who's going to try to get his name in that talks as well, to win an award like that. So it's going to come down between James Harden and Paul George. If Giannis wins it, it's because he would literally have to have like a 60-win team or something along that line, lead this team to a 60-win team, and then he would have a really good chance. Now, all right, just talked about the NBA. We got big news out of the NFL today. Actually, a couple big things. Antonio Brown finally requested a trade. And I'm intrigued to see where he's wanting to go. More than likely, he's going where the money's at, but if he's leaving the Steelers like that, he's trying to get out of the drama and find a winning team. And I don't see the Steelers trading to him somebody in the AFC. So it's a good chance they could go for an NFC team, and they're going to try to get as much as they can out of him because AB's basically what people recognize as the best receiver in the NFL right now. Who I'd like to see him go to? I'd like to see him go to Dallas. But chances are that's not going to happen. He could easily go to somebody like maybe Seattle. Seattle's losing they're going to have some big amount of money coming up this offseason, especially if they lose a lot of their defensive players. Why not go out and get AB for Russell Wilson? Russell Wilson hasn't really had a very dominant receiver. I mean, Doug Baldwin's great and all, but he's not like a dominant number one like an Antonio Brown type receiver. So I could see them trading him and maybe a couple picks for AB, and then I mean, you don't need Doug Baldwin if you got Antonio Brown. I mean, seriously. But I could also see him going to another team maybe the Rams, get Jared Goff, a veteran receiver. I could see him going to the Rams. The Rams have some pieces they can trade away if they're really willing to put everything for their offense. So, I mean, their defense looked phenomenal in the Super Bowl, but their offense looked really shady, and they need a receiver like that. So I could see LA going after him. That could be a very possible fit. And if there's any team in the AFC gets him, it's going to be one of those teams like a Dolphins-like team, a team that didn't make the playoffs last year. I mean, they have a couple of pieces. They can trade away draft picks for him, and the Steelers would be okay with that or something along the line. I just don't see him getting traded to an AFC team. I see more than likely it's going to be an NFC team, and it's going to be a team that wants to win right now. Because they don't want to win right now, and Antonio Brown will be gone as soon as his contract's up. All right, on to the whole nother thing. Kareem Hunt getting signed. I think that was yesterday. very. Do I agree with what the Browns did? I agree with them putting their foot out the door and giving him a chance. Now, with that being said, the whole Colin Kaepernick's coming back up a rise. I was watching First Take this morning, listening to Max Kellerman and all that. I mean, why give somebody a chance to have domestic abuse, which the NFL looks very badly at? He's probably going to be suspended maybe at least 6 games. Zeke was suspended for 6 games and was not even true. So, what do you think they're going to do to him? He's probably going to be suspended a year. So, I mean, and I still believe the whole Colin Kaepernick situation, the NFL let blow up in its face. They made bad decision after bad decision. People can go crazy on me about it. I don't care. I'm going with Colin Kaepernick. At the same time, there were rumors going around he did have a contract, this and that, but he wanted more money. Do we know that? 100% sure. That I do not know. That's just words I've heard while I was kind of doing my research and all this kind of stuff. So, but I believe Colin Kaepernick can have a job if freaking half these quarterbacks in the NFL right now can have a job that aren't good at all. But Colin Kaepernick won't. As long as Roger Goodell's the commissioner, Kaepernick's going to have that same look from the NFL until Roger Goodell gives up his job. And that's just simple truth. If anything, we need to fire Goodell. That ain't going to happen, though. But, I mean, I guess that's all I have for the NFL right now. I'm going to go on to college basketball. I'm a big college basketball fan. And I'm a real big Vols fan. And when I come and see that they gave Duke the #1 overall seeding in the first projections for March Madness over Tennessee, just shows you how much the committee just sucks up to Duke. Like, seriously. Tennessee's one loss is to Kansas. Understand we haven't played a wide variety amount of good teams, but we don't choose our scheduling to who we play in the SEC. I'm sorry, the ACC's a little bit tougher than the SEC, but rivalries are still rivalries. And then on top of that, they've won, 18 in a row now? Which I believe is an NCAA record. It's an SEC record. That's counting Kentucky. Kentucky's never done that before. So, you got to put in this. I mean, when we come this Saturday and we beat Kentucky, I better see that #1 ranking in the projections for March Madness. So, if I don't, y'all doing something wrong because Tennessee has one loss. It was to Kansas. It's not like it was a bad loss. It was a good loss. It wasn't like we lost to Syracuse or something. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Duke. You lost to Syracuse. We didn't. We lost to Kansas. And I believe Duke beat Kansas, too, which I think that's the reason they're putting them above us. That, and they literally just beat Virginia. But when it comes down to it in the March Madness, you rarely see these really young teams get far in the tournament. And Duke is a really young team. Tennessee, on the other hand, they're a little bit, they got time. They've been through this. Like last year, we went to the Sweet 16 and lost to, Loyola Chicago. Worst game I ever seen in my life. I can't believe we lost that game. So I know that team. That's the same team from last year. And then we have a couple other players that were not playing then that are playing now. That this team, people don't realize, this team is a lot better than you think. So I'm really excited for March, just like I was last year. So hopefully this March outcome comes out a lot better. I think people are going to be shocked once they see what Tennessee really can do when they play some real competition. And I can't wait till Duke plays North Carolina, because I have a feeling North Carolina might sweep them this year. That's one of my sleeper picks. I believe North Carolina's going to sweep Duke. I think North Carolina's better than Duke. Duke, like I said, this young talent is nice and all to have, but if they don't have the ability to win big games when it comes down to the end, they're going to be hurting. And I don't see much of the leadership from Zion. I'm seeing the leadership from R.J. Barrett. R.J. Barrett has shown a lot of leadership for them, and that's what's carrying them when it comes to these close games. If it was for R.J. Barrett, they probably would have lost to Virginia. Nothing against Zion. He's great and all. He's probably going to be a great player in the NBA. Who knows? I mean, we don't know. We don't know their future. But this team has a lot of things they can do, but obviously half that team's going to be gone after next year. I mean, if they would have held in for at least 2-3 years, Duke could possibly win back-to-back titles. I don't think they're going to win a title this year, like I said. I just don't see a freshman-led team winning it this year. So there's a lot of teams that aren't just freshmen. I think Duke's like the biggest known freshman-led team because Kentucky's not even led by freshmen this year, which is kind of shocking. But Kentucky's going to be an interesting team to see play as well when it comes to March because, like I said, I'll really see how they are once they come to Knoxville. And I think it's going to be really 2 good games. I think if all lands all, Tennessee and Kentucky probably will split. There's a simple fact that's what they usually do every year, and it's just hard to tell with this Tennessee team because they have the ability. They have a really all-around team, and they don't have a single freshman that started the game this year. So they got the experience behind them. It's a matter of them. What makes them good is Rick Barnes. People always be talking bad about Rick Barnes, like he can get you a good regular season look, but he won't get you far in March Madness. Well, we'll find out this year because I believe in Rick Barnes. I haven't believed in a coach like this since probably Bruce Pearl. And Bruce Pearl did a bunch of recruiting violations. So Rick Barnes, I haven't seen that out of him yet. I'm very excited for March, and I'm even more excited for when football season starts. I'll get y'all another video soon. Leave me comments below to see what you want to see. Feel free to subscribe. I don't care. I'm doing this for the fun of it. So I want to hear y'all's comments, actually. Don't just watch the video to watch. Comment. Do you want to see something in another video? Do you want me to change topics? Do you want me to change? I can talk about stuff other than sports. Sports is just my go-to because I've lived and breathed sports since I was born. I could tell you facts that normal people shouldn't know, but I know because my life's always been revolved around sports. But y'all let me know what y'all want to see in the next video so I don't just, end up choosing or kind of do a mixture of sports videos. Just let me know soon. So I'll probably do another video in another day or two. I'm going to try to keep doing videos every day. So I want y'all to come out and see. I want y'all's opinion to be heard. And I can shout you out in the video if you want me to as well. Well, y'all have a good day now.